Hello everyone, welcome back to the Fans React channel. And just before I start this second episode of the We're Down South show, obviously big news today. Phil Parkinson has lost his job at Sunderland AFC. Now, for me, he had to go after the Fleetwood game, without a doubt. I'm just telling you this now before the episode because this episode was recorded before he was sacked. So we were in there talking about should he get sacked or should he not get sacked. And we both thought, both of us, that he should definitely get sacked. But anyway, enjoy the episode. Hello everyone, welcome back to the We're Down South podcast. Now with me joined, I've got Dan. How are you today? How are you today, Dan?
Very good. How are you, Matthew?
Yeah, good. I can't speak today, but hopefully this should be all right. Not too good after obviously yesterday's result. I thought I was very, very disappointed. I've got to say, very disappointed. But yeah, no. So we're here cheering all the Sunderland fans up with our little show today. So yeah, can you just give us your little reaction of the game yesterday then?
Same old for me, really. Take the lead, let the other team back into the game. They score. Nothing's changed. Parkinson, no subs really. He brought Greg on, didn't do anything, missed a chance. I'm just sick of it, to be honest with you. But new. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely with Greg, man. Honestly, that cross came into him. Who was it? Like Scowen, who crossed into him, and like when he jumped and went to go, like headed that, and it's like he mistimed his jump in that, and he's just missed it again. And I don't know what it is. Him putting on a Sunderland shirt, him and Danny Graham. There's just some sort of curse. People were saying, they were saying before that obviously Greg's not getting the service, but they can't make that. They can't make that excuse anymore. To be fair, I've seen Will Grigg put through on open goals, and just like that yesterday is almost like first touch of the game, right in the box. If he just times his jump well, like he should as a professional footballer, he should jump for that and head that into the back of the net. But yeah, disappointing. What do you think of the manager now? Then, what do you think of the manager?
I think he's got to go now. I was very much on the fence. I thought give him a few more games, but nothing's changed. It's almost like he's taking the piss now. Got to be honest. The fact that he's not changing the system, he's not changing the players in terms of the game, completely changing the game and the outlook of Fleetwood's going forward. He's winning the balls, he's holding it up, he's giving and going, and he's their main threat now in the game. But for us, he brings Greg on, he's not going to do anything, let's be honest. And he brings on Power and McFadzean with about 2 minutes to go, like last week. And you may as well not make them.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean.
Silly.
It is silly, and I think I was like, when he was bringing Max Power on, I was like, why, man? Like that's a sub that should have been made like 20, 30 minutes ago. And to be fair, right, I don't know what Max Power is going to come on and do. I don't know what he's going to come on and do. But if he's just coming on like that late in the game, and he's going to he's bringing him on to try and like get a winner, but for 3 minutes to play, like, what do you think he's going to do? What actually do you think he's going to do in that time? He hasn't even got time to get into the game. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I was very much on the fence with Parkinson. And I was thinking before, I was going, well, the board aren't going to sack Parkinson because, first of all, they can't afford it. To try to obviously pay him off and get a new manager in and pay him. But yesterday, when he just was making those late substitutions, that's when I completely fell off the fence. And afterwards, I just said, Parkinson out, because I'm sick of it now. Because if he's going to keep on doing this, Joey Barton brought on he brought on a triple substitution, and then he brought on Glenn Whelan afterwards. That's four fresh legs that are going to try and play against a Sunderland side who they're all tired. They've been playing the whole match. Just freshen the team up. Like, I'm not a football manager, but I've got common sense. And it's common sense tells me that if you freshen up a team, like during the matches, you know, you're going to make it harder for the other team to try and break you down because you've got that bit more energy. So he just literally wears the team out and lets the other team get back into it. And I've seen that again, and it really, really, really pisses me off. And now I'm really pissed off with that fucking man. And I didn't want to swear, but Parkinson, man, he's just really, he's just
disrespectful, to be honest with you.
He is. He's just completely taking the piss, and him
to the players Parky, as well.
I know, but it's just the players, man, and like they did all right, like the first half. You can just tell, like, if they just had, oh man, this is going to sound a bit hypocritical because I've said before, you know, I don't know what a new manager's going to come in and do. But to be honest with you, what a new manager is going to come in and do is make those early substitutions, keep the team fresh. Because those players, they passed the ball around quite well, to be fair.
Yeah.
They did quite well. And even when we were 1-0 up, I thought Ledbetter really controlled the game quite well. It took him a bit of time to get into it, but he controlled it really well, passed around really well. But it's just the team, you got to expect the team to not be that consistent throughout the whole match because they're going to get tired. They're human beings, you know, they're not machines.
Yeah.
So, you know, eventually Fleetwood got back into it, scored that goal. Very disappointing because it was like the only proper chance.
Shit goal as well.
All game. And again, who was it? Bailey Wright slipping over like he did at Doncaster. Like, it's really, really annoying. But, you know, if we don't concede that goal, then we could be sitting there and going, well, you know, we played well and we won quite convincingly, you know?
I just don't know. I don't know what's happened to the defence, to be honest with you. We weren't even facing shots on target at the start of the season. Now we're conceding every game. It's just a joke, to be honest with you. You've got to have a solid defence. You have a solid defence, then that builds out throughout the rest of the team. You need a solid defence if you're going to push for promotion. Because you can nick goals, you can nick 1-0, 2-0 wins, but you have to keep clean sheets.
Absolutely, and I think I thought we were doing that quite well at the start of the season. You know, we kept quite a few clean sheets and didn't concede an open play into Portsmouth. But then it's like, I don't know, it's just gone completely the other way now, isn't it? And you know, it's tough, man. But I don't know. It's just, I think as well with the defenders, like the injuries, because I think before earlier on, like when obviously there was, you know, Jamahi and Feeney and whoever else was there, like Flanagan and Wright and Willis were all like looking over their shoulders going, you know, they're quite good, you know, we need to sort of step up our game. And now, like, do you think Flanagan's going to go, well, shit, Brandon Taylor's behind me, I better fucking get a move on? Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be doing that, is he? So he's just, you know, that's what it is now. So they haven't really got sort of anyone to challenge with. Competition, yeah, you know, exactly. I don't know. But what did you go on, you say?
No, you go.
I was literally going to ask, do you think that having no fans in the stadium like yesterday affected the game at all?
Obviously, fans are gonna give us a massive advantage because we have the biggest and best fans in the league by a mile. And at the moment, though, Parky's thankful, but I don't think it's not good for us that the fans aren't there. If the fans are, if we score a goal, Charlie White wheels off away to the away end, knee slide, everyone's on the pitch, going mental. You know, everyone's singing. Then Fleetwood are shitting themselves for the rest of the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
We might push on. Players, Maguire, people like Maguire will be boosted. He loves a bit of the crowd, mate. He works off the crowd. Without the crowd, he's half the player. And we just build, and it would just push us on to maybe go and get another one. But without the crowd, it's just so dead. And if the only thing you can hear is Phil Parkinson giving you advice, then you must just be bored. You have no motivation at all.
exactly. And I think, do you know what, with the fans as well, I mean, just touching on your Charlie White knee slide, he still did it. I was like, where's he knee sliding to? There's no one there. Do you know what I mean? He still
He loved it. He
still went
absolutely
for it.
loves it, doesn't he?
He doesn't get that opportunity
What a
much in
guy.
his career, so when he does, he might as well just make the most of it, you know. But yeah,
What did you think of White yesterday?
What do I think of White? I think, do you know what? He's not a good player. He's not a very good footballer, but he's playing at the highest level he will ever play at. But you've got to give him credit. He had that one opportunity.
Yeah.
Strikers may only get that one opportunity a game, and he scored. So do you know what? Fair play, Charlie White. Fair play, because you know you scored your goal.
Yesterday he equalled his amount last season as well.
I
5
know.
goals. So
That is unreal.
I mean, there's always a positive, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. What was I going to say? I was just going to touch on the fans there again. Now, obviously, we've got that news recently that Tier 1, 4,000, Tier 2, 2,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
2,000, and then obviously Tier 3, none. So what are you making of that?
I just think it's unfair, to be honest with you. Either have the same amount for everything or wait until everyone can have them back and then do it then. Do you know what I mean? Because say someone like Accrington, Burton, people with small grounds, they can fit in like quite a lot of people considered like their compared to their size. It's going to give them a huge advantage, massive advantage. So I personally think they should have waited. Just wait, because obviously the vaccine's on the way. It's going to get better soon. Wait until you can equally allow the same amount for each club, and then I'd do it then. But obviously they want to get fans back in because of the money and all that. So I understand that part of it. I just understand it economically, but not. I don't think it's very fair.
No, exactly. And I think for the bigger clubs like us, and I mean even in like the Premier League, it doesn't actually financially help. If anything, it's quite damaging because you know you've got to have a police presence, you've got to have stewards there, you've got to have people, you know, running things, security and whatever, and you've got to pay them. You know.
Another thing I'd say is like the wage cap. It has to be done on percentages.
Yeah.
In terms of each club.
Yeah.
Because it can't be the same amount for us. I know we haven't got any. We're obviously not going to have any. But say we were in Tier 2, we had 2,000. How does that make any sense? It's the same as having Accrington having 2,000. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It should be a percentage of each stadium's capacity.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, even in Old Trafford, I mean, Manchester in Tier 3, are they? I'm not even too sure, to be fair. Well, there might be Tier 2, but I don't know.
Might be Tier 2.
Tier 2, and then they're going to put 2,000 fans in Old Trafford. And you can imagine those 2,000 fans in Old Trafford just looking around going, well, fucking hell. You know, they could have fit a bit more fans in here, couldn't they? You know? It again, yeah, doesn't make sense.
Stupid.
It doesn't make sense. And, you know, I think what the government should do, I mean, obviously it is a starting point. They have, you know,
better than nothing.
It's better again. Yeah, it is better than nothing. It's a starting point. So I think the next step is to the government says to the FA and EFL, they go, right, listen, you can sort this out amongst yourselves and individual clubs, you know, because the government have just sort of given this. They just said, all right, this is going to happen, you know, nationwide. And then just say to the FA and EFL eventually, they go, listen, just sort it out with individual clubs. They're allowed this many people. Just you sort it out and then bring it back to us and we can approve it, you know. So if the FA and EFL wanted, they can do that because we're being funny, but FA and EFL, they want fans back. They've been on Twitter going hashtag let fans in. So, you know, they want fans in as much as we do. But, you know, it also doesn't make sense to me as well that the clubs that are in like Tier 1 and Tier 2 are like in London and that. And the coronavirus in London is probably a lot worse than it is in other parts of the country, you know.
Especially in terms of location as well. Some grounds are just in the middle of nowhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't think of an example, but like Shrewsbury or something. I don't know. Whereas you have bloody, I don't know, Stamford Bridge, Craven Cottage in the middle of London, where there's going to be loads of people about. Do you know what I mean?
And the Emirates, people are apparently allowed to go into the Emirates, where, I mean, it's good news for Jacob Kirkbride, obviously, but I'm just joking.
Yeah, or watch his beloved Arsenal.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking, but like, it doesn't make sense how fans are allowed in that stadium, and I've been around there. Like, I was around there a few days ago, and it's so built up, and loads of people are there, and you're just like, how is this allowed? You know, it's the government. The government are in this city. You know, they're in London, and you know, as long as they can have their tier 2 and tier 1, they're happy. You know, whatever the rest of the country is doing, it doesn't bother them. You know. But yeah, no, it's really disappointing, isn't it? And I think we were ready to trial I think it was 11,000 against Peterborough at home, and I think I remember the government had like a chat or something, and then they pushed it back. They said no supporters for the rest of the year or something like that. But you know, it doesn't make sense.
If you think about it, then surely it's just be the amount. Obviously, there has to be like, in order to social distance, you have to have a certain amount of seats in between each other.
Yeah.
So surely you work out the maths on that, count up all the seats that are spread. You know what I mean? And then,
but people have their match day bubbles.
Everyone's amount will be different.
They have their match day bubbles as well, don't they? So they can sit their families or friends or whatever, and then, you know, some other people are spaced out, like another group of friends and family. You know, like, it doesn't have to be an individual person, you know, just spaced out. It can be a little group of people, you know, group of 5, or as the maximum is group of 6. Put them in a place, and then another group of people separated. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. They've got an entire stadium to work with, you know.
Especially us. So it's massive. It's bloody massive, man.
I know. They could stick people everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
It just doesn't make sense how that happens. And say if don't know, where the hell's Accrington Stanley? Where is that? I've got no idea where Accrington is.
Oh, it's near like Liverpool.
Yeah, northwest. Yeah, I mean, that's the maximum capacity for that is like 4,500, right? So if Accrington Stanley, Accrington is in tier 1, and the fans are allowed to go, they're going to fill up the entire. You're going to tell me they're going to fill up the entire stadium, and if Sunderland's are in tier 1, then they're going to have a big stadium with just
1/20th.
Yeah, so something like that. And I think as well, I don't think playing with fans in the smaller stadium is as bad, you know, because in a smaller stadium it's a bit more open, you know, and it's not so enclosed. And you know, when people are shouting, it doesn't really echo it as much. But you know, say in the Stadium of Light, like you could shout and you'd be hearing the echo for another 5 minutes, and it's very, you know, sort of eerie and horrible.
Depends though, because when there's in small stadiums, when there's a lot of people in a small space, I think they can make a lot of noise.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, but I just it's weird though, because obviously I'm sure you've gone on a tour of the Stadium of Light, and you know, when you're there pitch sides, and you know, obviously there's no one in the stadium, you're just like, wow, you know, imagine this full and the amount of noise. You couldn't imagine just going out there and playing with no fans. Like, it just feels so wrong, you know. And I thought, to be fair, that having no fans in the stadium would benefit some of the players, you know, because I didn't think they could have.
It doesn't now.
It doesn't. And I've seen it hasn't, because I thought, you know, the players just haven't got the ball to play in front of all these fans, you know. They can't do it. There's too much pressure for them.
Even the home fans being there as well, or like if we're away, the Oppo fans, like Portsmouth, I remember away, Maguire loved getting involved with the Pompey crowd. You know, that's what stirs him on. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
you need a bit of
exactly.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. One part where it really I think it really affects the players is like towards the end of the game where we might have to push forward and get that goal. Like Bristol Rovers at home start first game of the season, where if the fans were there, I think we could have pushed the players on and they could have possibly have got a goal. Just that constant screaming and just get forward. Like even against Fleetwood, we were too busy passing the ball around the back in the 93rd minute. And you're like, I said to my dad, I was like, do these players need reminding that it's actually stoppage time and they've got like 30 seconds left? Like, do they actually know?
Do they know they're drawing, not winning?
Yeah, I know. Like, even against Doncaster as well, I'm like, what are they doing? Just go. Like, if there was a crowd there, they wouldn't be passing backwards, you know? And it's infuriating to see them passing backwards.
Some of it's just common sense at the end of the day. I don't think our players, and especially the manager, I don't think they have a very good footballing knowledge, like brain. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like for me, yesterday, for example, Joe Barton's team, their game management is absolutely brilliant. Like every little foul box them all straight around the referee. Yeah, it's not the nicest thing to do, but it gets in his ear and it benefits you. I remember Mourinho in his documentary, he says, for 90 minutes you play like C word. I won't say it because see you next Tuesday.
Yeah,
but that's what you've got to do for the 90 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to get the result, that's what you've got to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what our players aren't. They're not cut out to do. You know, I think I saw Flanagan shouting at the referee, the only player, and then other Sunderland players going, no, leave it. I'm like, no, mate, you should all be getting in that referee's ear. You know, you should be all going for him. And
nice.
Exactly, we're too nice. So what we need to do to get promoted out of League One is what other teams did, like Luton and even Wickham. Just cheat, man. Just cheat. I don't care. Like, we'll focus on playing nice football when we get into the Championship. Like, I don't care now, you know. I don't care what other people think of us. As long as we can get ourselves promoted, then that's all that matters. But what you said on Joey Barton and their game management and that, Joey Barton, right, as much as I don't like him and a lot of Sunderland fans don't like him, they hate him, you know. But
I respect him.
He's very clever. He's very clever because he knows how to get on everyone's nerves, and we're all too worried about him, you know. And when he came to the Stadium of Light, right, we're all too busy just and shouting at him and giving him abuse. But I tell you what, he loves abuse. Do you know what I mean? It's like if someone says to you, oh, I love you, how that makes you feel? It makes you feel happy. When people are going, you fucking cunt, that makes him happy. Yeah, that makes him happy. That's what he loves. And like, it's not, you know, it is true.
In the build up to the games, you know, he was saying about how much of a good job he thought Parkinson had done. You know, he was saying all this about Parkinson. He detracts the attention from his players on himself, so he puts less pressure on his players. So he can take all the you know, like the abuse and all that. He loves it. He strives off it. So his players can just go out there and put in the shift, and that's what he just does it brilliantly. He's a very clever manager.
Yeah. Yeah, and he does it so the Fleetwood players can just go out and do their thing, can't they? And I think if we had fans in, it was under slightly different circumstances, the outcome of the game might have been a little bit different, you know. But it's just that Joey Barton, like, I completely respect that because he does the job. Like he's done what he's tried to do. He knows what he's doing when he says the things he does. He knows what he's doing, and it works every time because we keep on falling for it. You know, I'm not falling for it, but some of the players are.
He puts the bait out and he just reels us in.
Yeah,
reels us in.
I know. What a cunt, honestly. But I like at this level, you know, how he says. Do you know what? I'm not even going to actually finish that because I get too much hate from what I say.
Do you want to quickly run through the player ratings just quickly?
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? We wouldn't be doing them. but I've got too busy talking about other things on my mind, to be fair. But yeah, go on. Who was? Can you just refresh us? Who was the starting 11 for Sunderland?
So obviously, Ray Matthews in goal, Flanagan, Wright, and McLaughlin in the three centre backs. Hume and O'Neill wing backs as always. Lebbett, Maguire, Scowen in the three in the midfield, and Graham and White up top together. So it was a 3-5-2, I think.
3-5-2, 3-5-7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, something like that. All right, then just quickly, then Remy Matthews. What do you think of Remy? I mean, out of 10.
Quality. That double save, that shot from the Fleetwood player, I don't know who it was. One of the midfielders. Avoided it from
them
like
inbred
25, 30 yards.
Yeah.
But what a save. And then he got the follow-up and he stopped that as well. So I think, again, honestly, I do prefer him over Burge as a keeper. I think he's better.
I agree. I think
Burge is just... I don't think either of them are great, but I think Burge is just worse. I just really don't think Burge is very good.
But maybe do you think now...
I think Matthews is okay.
Matthews is back in the team, so do you think Lee Burge might step up his game? Where if Lee Burge does get back in the team, he goes, well, actually, I can't let my standards slip here, because if I do, I've got this good keeper behind me, ready to take my place. But yeah, so out of 10, what do you think of Remy Matthews?
Probably give him a 6. Because he didn't keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, he didn't keep a clean sheet.
But he made those 2 very good saves.
Pretty solid. Didn't make any mistakes. His kicking, a few of his kicks were a little bit. But then again, he is a league.
Not as bad as their keepers' kicks.
No, I know. Obviously, Remy Matthews is a League One keeper, so what can you expect? So who's next?
Tom Flanagan. I'll ask you this time. What do you think of him?
I think there are a few moments in the game where he made some horrendous decisions, and I was like, "What you did?" I remember there was one time where he went to take a throw in. He took the throw in and he just threw the ball off the pitch. I don't even think he threw it on. He got the ball and he went. And I remember, I think Joey Barton kept telling him to go back, and he didn't. And the fourth official was just standing in front of him, and he was going, "Move, move, move, just move." He didn't, and he just threw the ball off. What are you doing, mate?
Did you see the drop ball as well? I think it was
whatever.
O'Neill and Lebbett.
Yeah.
One of them passed it to each other, and I think O'Neill passed it to Lebbett. Lebbett just let it go out for a throw in to Fleetwood.
Oh no, because Leadbitter wasn't even on the pitch because he just received treatment. So he wasn't. The ball wasn't meant to be passed him.
He passed it to him.
I know.
He couldn't touch it.
I know. O'Neill just turned around and passed it. You're like, oh, what an idiot. Anyway, yeah. So stupid decisions. We'll get on to the ref because I want to talk about the refereeing decisions in a minute. Yeah, Tom Flanagan did all right, solid, but then again, League One defender, makes some stupid decisions during the match, but not too much you can do about that. So Tom Flanagan didn't keep a clean sheet again, but I don't think he let us down too much. I think he put in a good game and deserved to probably win it, to be fair for him. So say 6. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 because
got an assist as well, actually.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Then.
Got the assist for the goal.
7 out. Yeah, go on. We'll say 7. Why not?
Yeah, go on.
Right,
Bailey Wright.
Oh, you give him a 7 as well? No, Tom Flanagan.
Oh yeah, 7 for Flanagan. Yeah.
All right, nice one. Oh yeah, sorry, Bailey Wright. Go on. What do you think of Bailey Wright?
Oh, another mistake. 2 weeks in a row now, isn't it?
Yeah. Has he actually got studs on his boots?
He's going to make mistakes in the league.
Just out of interest, has he actually got studs on? Is he wearing studs or Astros?
He's wearing his Astros. He keeps forgetting his studs at home, I think.
He's left them in bloody Australia, hasn't he?
His mum didn't pick up enough, so she couldn't get him there.
I know.
Yeah. Is he playing on an ice rink or something? Because he's generally slipping over all the time.
Oh no.
He needs one of those penguins, that keeps you keeps you.
Oh, yeah,
Not falling over. That's what he needs.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, on an ice rink. Yeah, I need them sometimes. Just to get the first 5 minutes out of the way and get used to it. Anyway, yeah. So Bailey Wright. I mean, obviously started the season very solid, and he has got a very good game in him. Obviously, a little bit of a dip in form, but again, the human beings, footballers, League One footballers, you're gonna come to expect that. But yeah, Bailey Wright out of 10 for me. Say a 5, 4, 4,
5, yeah.
4 or 5 out of 10. Yeah, as he was the captain for most of the game, I thought he dictated the players pretty well. So I give him a 5. I give him a 5 out of 10. But yeah, no, just the slip, just let him down.
Yeah. I guess Conor McLaughlin next.
What did you think?
I've liked him this season actually. Yeah. He's the most improved player, as they say. He'd be the one getting the award. He's been solid. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He just does. He just does the basics, and just doesn't. He hasn't made many mistakes really. He's not done anything amazing. But you don't want that from the defender, do you? Centre off or right? Yeah, centre. So yeah, I've been impressed with him. I was impressed with him again.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Conor McLaughlin. I think he's quite decent. To be fair, I thought he did a good job. There was one point in the game where he sort of misjudged the ball coming towards him. It just went over his head. But I think Bailey Wright had to quickly. I mean, luckily he was there to take the ball, but a player could have been in there. So that was the only mistake I think he made throughout the whole match. But Conor McLaughlin, to be fair, I thought he did well. He did his best to do some overlaps with Luke O'Nien as well, and I think he's solid for this league. I think he is. Last season, he didn't really get his fair run in the team at right back. He's put at left back quite a lot, but I think this season the role that he's playing suits him quite well. And obviously, he is playing centre back, but at the same time, he's getting to go down the right as well.
Yeah,
so he's sort of playing both roles, sort of in between. So long may it continue with Conor McLaughlin. I think he's fine. He does the job completely, and I give him for yesterday. I mean, I think I give him a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I've got down as well.
Yeah, just sort of average. Didn't stand out, but he didn't do anything wrong too much.
Sometimes a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, who's next?
Denver.
Didn't have the best game yesterday, did he? Did he? Didn't really see him make any forward runs, and obviously got taken off. So I think that's the first.
McFadden for me.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, that change was made a little bit too late. Because you can't expect a player to come on and really affect the game with about 5 minutes to play. But yeah, so Denver Hume, didn't really think he was too special.
5 for me, probably.
5, yeah, I'd say 5 as well. No, not really any forward runs. But yeah.
Luke O'Nien. What a man.
Apart from him passing the ball off the pitch.
What was he doing there?
I'll tell you what with Luke, it infuriates me with him when he's passing the ball back, because he keeps doing it. He keeps doing it, and then when he gets the ball in the middle, and I'm like, just go forward, and he's not, and he just turns around and he passes it back, and it infuriates me. But to be fair to him, didn't have a bad game.
Probably a 6 for me, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he probably could have done a little bit more, but I think that's a player as well who thrives off the fans. And when he hasn't got the fans there, like again, when I say with the backwards passes, he loves, when he scores a goal, he loves to go celebrate with the fans, doesn't he? He can't stop. He's right in there,
Rugby tackles him.
He loves it. So obviously when the fans aren't there, it probably changes the game a little bit, and that's with the passing backwards as well. But yeah, so Luke O'Nien, say it's got to be 5 or a 6 out of 10. Mate, see, if do you know what, I'm just going to stop talking. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree.
6 out of 10.
They're better.
What did you think?
Controlled the game again. Really, same old. For him, I think it's just he gives a solid 6 or 7 every week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I think he controlled the game. Well, in the second half quite well. I think he was that one player who sort of stood out and stopped Fleetwood from getting back into the game so early. I think it took him a bit of time to get into the game, but once he did get into it, I thought he did solid, and there wasn't too much more he possibly could have done. But yeah, no, with Leadbitter, it wasn't such a special performance, but didn't really do much wrong. So I'd say 6 out of 10 again.
Yeah. Just a few more. Chris Maguire, the king.
Oh no, this was a weird one with Chris Maguire because he was on the pitch, right? He was on the pitch, yeah. Remind me, yeah, he was on the pitch, but he didn't really feel like he was part of the team. Do you know what I mean? Like he didn't really feel like he was part of the team because I don't know what position he was playing. He dropped right into midfield, then went up front, and then because we had all these other players that play in their own position, and then he just sort of was running around. And he just didn't really feel like he was really fitting in with the team when I was watching the game. He just didn't really feel like he was fitting in. And he didn't really do anything, did he? He got taken off for Greg, wasn't it? Was it Greg? I think it was
Greg, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Graham got taken off for Greg.
Oh, yeah. Who came off for Maguire? Who came off for Maguire then? It was Max Power, wasn't it? I think it was, yeah. But yeah, no. So Maguire didn't. I thought 5 out of 10 performance, nothing special. I don't think he really created as much as he's meant to. But
5 for me as well.
Yep.
Josh Scowen.
He made one really silly challenge, and I was quite annoyed with that, to be honest. I think that
yellow, didn't he?
Yeah, he did get yellow, and it's just that giving away free kicks as well. Just want to say quickly, giving away free kicks as well. We were doing it in that match. We've done it in previous matches where we're just giving away a foul we don't need to give away, and that's giving the other team. It's giving the other team an opportunity to get the ball in the box. Do you know what I mean? It's giving them the opportunity to get that free kick, get that ball in the box, and have a good chance of scoring. Before you're like 40, 50 yards out, just playing the game normally, you don't need to foul these people. Just keep your cool, composure. Yeah. Just don't slide in. You don't need to. Don't slide in. But yeah, no. Scowen. I mean, obviously, he made that silly challenge that he didn't really need to make. I don't think he had a bit of an off game. I think. I thought he did. He thought he did all right. I thought he did all right. That's what I'd say. I wouldn't say anything more than all right. But
6 for me.
I'd say 5.
I think he was better than Maguire.
Yeah, all right. We'll stick with 6 then, because you are right. I think he was better than Maguire.
Yeah. Right, final 2 then, or 2 starters. Danny Graham.
Danny Graham was awful all game. I thought he was woeful, absolutely dreadful. Do you remember that chance he got put through and he just tried to square it to Charlie Wyke? Oh. It was one of the worst passes I've ever seen. And you're like, mate, how old
is he?
All
he had to do is pass 5 yards.
No, he's like 35 or something. I don't know. And he's been a footballer for like however many, I nearly probably like 2 decades now. And he just had to make like a 4-yard pass. And he couldn't even do that properly. And the best thing he did all game was just bring this ball down. He had this like good touch, but it was offside. That's the best thing he did all game. I didn't think he was very.
That
I
was a
didn't think
very
he
nice
was very
touch.
good. It was a nice touch, but it was offside, unfortunately. But no,
Yeah, he was poor.
Yeah, he's very poor. So I give Danny Graham probably give him a 3 out of 10. He didn't do anything, to be fair.
I'd probably say 4.
What did you think then?
No,
Okay,
there's a few. No, there's a few. He did a few nice. Maybe when I say a few, probably once or twice. He got it down, held off, and pulled it off, but he's poor.
Just very poor. I thought he was going to do better when he signed for us. To be fair, what you got to remember is Danny Graham's a different player. He's probably put on quite a bit of weight. He's 35 now, and in League One, in my eyes, he probably should have retired last season when he left Blackburn. I think he's done, but I want to be proved wrong. But at the moment, what I've seen so far of Danny Graham, I can't really see him getting back into it in a Sunderland shirt. He's a Geordie, to be honest. He's a Geordie, and as soon as he puts on a Sunderland shirt, it just doesn't seem to happen for him. And I don't know what it is, but all I'm thinking is just he's a Geordie, and he there isn't that much motivation from him to really do that well in a Sunderland shirt. So yeah, for me, I'd say 3 out of 10 for Danny Graham. All right.
Anyway, so like we spoke about him earlier, so we'll just give a quick rating.
Right, 7.
Yeah, that's what I think.
7.
Fair play.
And he did well. He did well. Got that one opportunity a game that strikers usually do, and he put it away. No problem whatsoever. So yeah, go on. Just run through all the players again and their ratings that we gave them. Did you write that down?
I think so. Yeah, I think we gave Matthews a 7.
Oh no, it was a 6 because he didn't keep a clean sheet, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Flanagan 7. Sorry, Wright 5, McLaughlin 6, Hume 5, O'Nien 6, Lebbett 6, Maguire 5, Scowen 6, Graham 4, White 7.
Yeah, that's fair enough, I think. But yeah, no, there was one last thing I want to touch on was just the referee. Quickly. Referee decision. How he hasn't given the penalty on Scowen, I do not know. And it's the same referee, remember? Well, go on. Just do you tell me what you thought of that decision as well?
Yeah, just 2 weeks in a row we've had 2 clear penalties not given, and it's just disappointing, really. You can't do much about it.
And can I just say as well, this is the same referee, Bobby Madley, who gave us a penalty against Newcastle and sent Colaccini off for the shove on Stephen Fletcher. And I didn't think that was much of a penalty. And he gave that as a penalty and sent Colaccini off. But yet when a player is tripped over, I know. I actually me and Bobby Madley, mate. We're best mates. I love Bobby Madley. So I'm actually going to let him off yesterday because obviously of that moment. But yeah, I just don't understand really. I don't really understand why he hasn't given that as a penalty. But yeah, so this is a referee that's refereed at a higher level than League One. So it is very disappointing still that those sort of decisions are happening,
Yeah. Anyway, I think.
Yeah. That is literally it. I mean, hopefully we've entertained everyone. If you've watched this far into the video, thanks everyone for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this Fans React channel. I was going to say, in the future, hopefully soon, we will look to start having a few guests, or a guest a week or something like that on the show in the future. So we'll keep that updated on Twitter or something like that. Because it would be nice to maybe have a third opinion on here as well. But watch this foreign. Thank you very much. Like it, kiss it, do everything to it, make the channel very happy. Because look at us, how happy we are. We're so happy. And have a great night. Away the lads.
Away the lads.
Lads!